Yes, roomies, welcome back to another video and thanks for joining me. So, as you probably already guessed, we've got the new neon day gecko. So, over the weekend just gone, Tim from TimReptile dropped him off kindly to us. Now, he's been in here for roughly about 4 days, I think. Saturday we got him and it's Tuesday today. But in the last video on this enclosure, we planted it and pretty much got it ready for the gecko itself. Now, I did also say that we'd get a video to update you on how we're going to heat this and light it. I'll go through that with you today. Now, in one of the last videos, I did unbox and set up the Sun LED UVB system by Zoomed, and you can check that video out as well. I'll leave a card up here or here, and a link down in the description. Now, that is the UVB for the gecko itself, and obviously the plant LEDs then will help this system thrive, and the plants already, if I'm honest, seem to be enjoying that lighting. Now, usually I've got the red lights on, but I've turned that off just for the video because it shows up a little bit better. Now, I know somebody mentioned in one of the comments, I can't remember who, apologies, about when we added the UVB and the LED system on here, would there be room for a dome? Now, there definitely is, because the LEDs and UVB only take up half the mesh lid, and as you can maybe see, the domes are right at the front. Now, this is a mini dome combo from Zoomed as well, and that fits perfectly up there, and it allows me then to add 2 lots of heating in there. So at the moment, I've got a 50-watt halogen bulb that is for the basking site. And then I've also got a deep heat emitter for the nighttime temperatures because it doesn't show off any light. Now, I did have to get 2 separate thermostats for this, which are Habistat dimming thermostats. Now, one's obviously controlling the halogen, which is for daytime temperatures, and then the second one is set up for the deep heat emitter for nighttime temperatures. Any of the items I discussed in today's video as well, I'll leave the links down in the description if you want to go and check them out. So I received the gecko on Saturday, added him into this enclosure. Now, he did have a little explore and jump out, as you've probably seen in the intro, and I come up here Sunday morning, he was having a little explore. But since then, he's pretty much hidden behind one of the pothos sleeves and hasn't been around too much, so I've been unable to get too many videos of him for you to see, which is a bit unfortunate, but I'll be doing a room tour very soon, so you'll probably catch him in that one. But I think he's just finding his feet and he's looking for a place where he feels secure, and I'm not really going to bother him enough to get him out. I think he's doing okay. Now, because he's new to this setup and it's probably quite an ordeal for him to go through being a completely new environment, I've tried to leave him alone as much as I can and not try and hang around here with the camera too much just to get shots of him. But I did add some fruit flies in for him on Sunday. Whether he's eaten any or not, I don't know, because like I said, I didn't want to hang around with the camera in fear coming out. So just more important that he settles into this enclosure. Now, he's a good weight, so I'm not worried about him at all, and it's quite normal for a reptile to be hesitant and maybe a little bit shy when you first add them into their enclosure. But today I wanted to give him an alternative food source as well. Now, neon day geckos, as well as lots of day geckos, like fruit or nectar more so in the wild, but we can easily provide them with fruit. So I mashed up some mango just with a masher because I haven't got a small enough blender for that amount. Now, I added that into a DIY cup, which is just a Coke bottle top, and add it into a placeholder that I have there for him. Now, hopefully that'll give him an alternative food source if he's not after the fruit flies, just to give him the best start possible. Now, varying his diet I think is really important. I will also be offering him some rapashi and some other fruits, maybe like watermelon and that sort of thing. But we'll see how he gets on, see what he enjoys, and we'll go from there. But I did make slightly too much, so I didn't want to waste it, and I offered some to Castro as well, which seemed that she was interested. She hasn't gone over to her yet, but hopefully she'll enjoy the leftovers from the gecko as well. But at the moment, I've just got this tank set up so his basking spot is anywhere between about 29 to 30 degrees Celsius, and I'll leave the Fahrenheit up as well. I'm trying to keep an ambient temperature around about 25 to 26 degrees Celsius. But in the nighttime, you can leave the temperature drop quite a little bit actually. I leave it around, I set it about a minimum of 20 degrees Celsius in the evening, which is heated then by the deep heat emitter. The only other thing I'm doing at the moment, because I don't have an automatic water spray on here at the moment, because I do have the Exoterra Monsoon Solo Mini, which is on Castro's tank, but I'm probably going to take that one out because she probably needs the larger multi version, and then I'll probably add the mini then to this. So at the moment I'm just manually misting, usually about twice a day, so I'll mist it just before I put the lights on in the morning, just to create that natural humidity like it would be in the wild. And then I roughly do it then in the evening, a couple of hours before the lights go out. Now the only other things I needed to do to prepare for the gecko was here on the lid, there is a gap which small geckos and animals can actually get up into and potentially escape through it. So I actually siliconed that closed. And at the back of this, because this used to be a other terrarium with a water feature in it, there was a portion at the back where I could put my hand in to access the filter. Now, the gecko could probably get behind the background and underneath, so I did actually use a piece of polystyrene and then silicone that into place. Now in the last video as well on this tank, I mentioned that I've added some wood lice into the enclosure. Now that is just as part of the cleanup crew. But in the UK, there are some issues getting some springtails. So thankfully when Tim came round, he actually brought some of his springtail cultures around and we managed to add some springtails into this enclosure as well. Now this should maintain and keep the enclosure clean and help with the nitrogen cycle as well. But it's been a little bit disappointing I haven't been able to get any more footage of him. But again, I'd rather him settle into his enclosure than us poke and prod him just for video clips. But like I said, I will be doing a rainforest room tour, including all my enclosures, all my fish tanks, all the reptiles in the next couple of weeks. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on that. And hopefully by then he would have come out a little bit more, would have settled into his enclosure, and you get to see how beautiful this gecko is. As always, any of the products I discussed in today's video, I'll leave the links down in the description. They are affiliate links, so if you do buy anything from those links, then I will get a small commission. It doesn't cost you any more, it just helps support the channel. But if this is the first video of mine you've seen, then first of all, welcome to the channel. And we generally do a lot of aquascaping, bioactive builds, content around tropical fish, reptiles, amphibians, and anything else in between. But I just wanted to get a short little update out for you because I know a lot of you are excited about the new gecko that we've just got. And hopefully we'll get to see him a little bit more in the future. But as always, I really appreciate you taking the time out to check out my video today. If you don't mind dropping that thumbs up, check out my Instagram as well. I generally add updates on things before some of these videos sometimes if you're interested. And other than that, I'll catch you in the next video.